Dearly beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and the face of this company to join this man, this woman in holy matrimony, which is an honorable estate instituted of God, signifying unto us the mysterious union that is between Christ and his church. Which holy state Christ adorned and beautified with his presence and first miracle in Cana of Galilee, and has committed to Paul to be honorable among all men. Therefore it is not by any to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently, discreetly, advisedly, soberly, and in the fear of God. And to this holy state these two persons present come now to be joined. If any man can show just cause why they may not lawfully be joined together, let him now speak, or else hereafter forever hold his peace. Shawn, do you take this woman to be your wedded wife, to live together according to the ordinance of God in the holy bond of marriage? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in all faith and tenderness, and forsaking all others, to keep only unto her as long as you both shall live? Do you? And Jessie, do you take this man to be your wedded husband, to live together according to the ordinance of God in the holy bond of marriage? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in all faith and tenderness, and forsaking all others, to keep only unto him as long as you both shall live? Do you? Well, on behalf of both of the families, let me extend you a welcome and thank you for being here. You all know this already, but you're a part of an exclusive group. Some of you have come from just across town, others have come probably from across the country. But you all are here because you have been invited. You have played a role in their particular lives. And so some of you have done that directly as coaches, teachers, friends, co-workers, etc. Others have done that indirectly. You may have made an investment into their parents, which in turn made an investment into them. But you all are here today in your rightful place. You have firmly put yourself behind this couple, saying, how can we love, support, honor, and help you in any way that we possibly could? So thanks for being here. It does bring up an interesting question, though, and that is this. Why would we have something this formal and this much pomp and circumstance for a ceremony? I believe there's many answers we can give, but the driving answer is this: because a wedding, a marriage, is not our idea. It's actually God's idea. Now, no man would have ever come up with this idea. Perhaps, given enough time, a woman would have done so, but no man is going to come up with the idea of marriage. This is the one that God gave to us, and I think there's at least two reasons that he wanted to do this for us. Number one, he wanted us to see exactly who he is. Go all the way back into the garden. God created Adam and Eve, and they are alike, but yet they are different at the same time. And God put some of his characteristics in Adam, but he did not put all of his characteristics in him. And some he put in Eve, but he did not put all of his characteristics in Eve. And when the two become one, we get a much better view as to who God is. It's true in many realms, but just two to point out. The physical body. Over here on the left side of the stage, our eyes are drawn and we see beauty and elegance and grace and dignity. And we say, yay, God, well done. And then we look over here. And not so much. Over here we see power and we see strength. We see beauty and elegance over here when the two become one, because God is both powerful and he is also beautiful. The psalmist says, who is the Lord? Strong and mighty. The same psalmist says, I went to the temple, Lord, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord. It's also true of our psyche. Why is it that men are so painfully predictable and simple? It's not because we're stupid. It's because Jesus said, I'm the same yesterday and today and forever. Why is it women are so deeply mysterious that not even women fully understand women? It's not because they're neurotic. It's because God has said, you will never get to the depths of who I am. There's always more to learn and to discover. And so the two become one. We get a much better view as to who God is. The second thing I think he wants us to see is how it is he interacts with us, how he relates to us as people. He gives us a covenant relationship. He enters into a covenant with them. And a covenant does not mean, well, I'll be faithful as long as you do sort of what you're supposed to do. A covenant says, I will be faithful to you regardless. Regardless of whether you ever fulfill your role, I will fulfill my role. A covenant relationship is not like a mere contract. It's not something we just make real quick and then break whenever it's inconvenient. Covenant says, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. It is an inexhaustible forgiveness that we have been given the picture of and see. And that's exactly what God does on our behalf. Now, before you both exchange vows with one another, I'd like to give just a short description of what these vows really are. The vows are actually the high holy of the particular service, which means this is sort of the main thing when we're here. This is what Mike Mason says in his book entitled The Mystery of Marriage. The joining of a man and woman in matrimony is a supernatural event, founded upon a mutual exchange of holy vows. The saying of them requires about 30 seconds, but keeping them is the work of a lifetime. To keep a vow, however, does not mean to keep from breaking them. If that were the case, marriage vows would be broken the day they were made. This is where a vow differs from a mere promise or resolution. A resolution once broken must either be forgotten or made again. But a vow, it retains its power and its validity, irrespective of conduct. It is not like the signing of a legal contract and not like any other form of human promise. A person cannot promise to love another person. He can only vow to do so. So a vow is per se a confession of inadequacy and an automatic calling upon the only adequacy there is, which is the power of the Almighty God. To keep a vow, therefore, is to devote the rest of one's life to discovering the meaning of the vow and to be willing to change and grow accordingly. So you, my friends, are going to be kept persons. You'll be kept in a protection, not of a lazy security and comfort, but rather the protection of an inexhaustible forgiveness. If you would turn, face one another, join hands, and Shawn, if you would repeat after me. I, Shawn, take you, Jessie.
I, Shawn, take you, Jessie,
to be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife.
And I vow before God and these witnesses
And I vow before God and these witnesses
to be your loving and faithful husband,
to be your loving and faithful husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Jessie, if you repeat after me. I, Jessie, take you, Shawn, to be my wedded husband. And I vow before God and these witnesses to be your loving and faithful wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. Now, the rings that you'll be exchanging today will be a tangible reminder of this particular moment in time. It will be a sign to you and to others of what it is that God has done. So just a couple of things to point out about the rings. You'll notice, first of all, that they are made of precious metal. Metal is made precious through hard work and diligence, in particular fiery trials. So will it be with your marriage. Your marriage will be blessed and honored by God, empowered by God, but you must work at it continuously. You'll notice also that the ring is endless. There is no beginning and there is no end. There was certainly a beginning of your love for one another, but may there never be an end, just as God has never-ending love for his people. So, Shawn, if you would take this ring, place it on her finger, and if you would repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my vow.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my vow.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
And in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Just if you would take that, place on his finger, repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my vow. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for your goodness, your grace, your mercy that you have extended to us. God, thanks for this particular moment. God, thanks for all the things that you did that we are even unaware of. For the ways that you brought about circumstances in each of their lives to develop character. God, thanks for their parents, for the investment that has been made. Thanks for their siblings. Thanks for cousins. Thanks for friends. Thanks for all the opportunities that you have used. I pray, Lord, that today would not be the best day of their life. But I just pray it would be the first day of the best days that are ahead. So Lord, we ask that you would continue to delight, that you We delight in what it is that you have brought together. I pray that you would use them for many years to come in a way that would be far more powerful together than they would have had they remained separate. We love you. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. If you would turn and face me, I've got a charge for you now. God is far more interested in your marriage than even you are. And if he's putting himself on display, he's getting a visual image of who he is and how he relates to us, and it would make sense that he would give us some level of instruction on what it is we're to do. I won't read the passage, but it's found actually in Ephesians chapter 5. And in there, it really calls you to do two primary things. It calls you to do two primary things. And this is what I would charge you with today based on that passage from Ephesians. Shawn, I charge you to lead and to love. You are to love in a manner that Paul prescribes in Ephesians 5, which is just as Christ loved the church. No pressure. You'll never be able to do it to the same way, in the same perfection that he did, but in the same way you are called now to love Jessie, which is in a sacrificial manner and a protective manner. You no longer would defend your own rights, but now rather would look to see what her needs are. Jesus said, I did not come to be served, but to serve and to give my life as a ransom for many. So the first question you ought to ask every day is not what needs can I have met by her, but rather what needs can I meet to her. Love her as you would give to her what it is that she needs. Love her in a selfless manner. So secondly, give leadership. Take her where she needs to go, not with an iron fist, but as an equal. It was Matthew Henry, theologian of old, that said this: woman was made out of the rib of the side of Adam, not made out of his head to rule over him, nor out of his feet to be trampled upon by him, but out of his side to be equal with him, under his arm to be protected, and near his heart to be beloved. I ask you, leader, by example, in just three ways. First of all, just as a sincere worshiper of God. Daily, may she find you on your knees, asking God what it is that he would have you do, even for that particular day. Leader, as a fruitful disciple maker, regularly share the story of what Christ has done on your behalf and on behalf of all of humanity. Leader, finally, as a faithful disciple trainer, that is to help others in their passionate pursuit of knowing and enjoying God. If you love and lead her, I promise she will find it easier to do what God has called her to do, and that is to follow you. This here will charge you in a twofold way as well. First, bring peace to your new home. Not your house, but your home. Peter says that you should have a gentle and quiet spirit, and that's a beautiful word to use, is gentle. It means strength under control. The same word was used of horses before they would break them in. Wild, powerful animals. But once they were broken in, the smallest of children could be placed on top of them and to be trusted. Have a gentle and quiet spirit. Quiet does not mean silent. Quiet just means that in the depths of your soul, you know that God has everything under control. And you would trust God so much that he would even lead your husband away. Deeply flawed. Very imperfect, but you would trust him there. Have a submissive spirit. Even when you disagree, your decision becomes our decision. Number two, you can't simply work it out together. And then finally, take on a grateful spirit, which shows respect. Secondly, bring encouragement to them. All dudes need encouragement. Encouragement is manhood. Encouragement at work. Encouragement in his walk with God. Whatever you can, you become the greatest cheerleader in his life. Make it such that he absolutely cannot wait to come home solely because he just longs to be with you. You bring peace and encouragement, and I promise you, Shawn will find it much easier to love and to lead. Now, finally, to both of you, good luck. There is no way that you are going to love like Christ and submit like Christ. There's just no chance. We are far too selfish, and women are far too controlling. However, Jesus knows exactly what it's like to lead in perfection, to lead in such a manner as he places himself up underneath others and lifts them up. Jesus knows how to do that. Jesus knows how to submit to the Father, being equal in value, substance, and glory, different in role and function. You look to him, and I promise he will be an ever-present help in times of trouble. Now, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. By the authority committed to me as a minister of the Church of Jesus Christ, I declare that Shawn and Jessie are now husband and wife, according to the ordinance of God and the law of the state. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Therefore, whom God has joined together, let no man put asunder. And when life is done, may they be found then, as now, hand in hand, still thanking God for each other. May they serve thee happily, faithfully together, until at last one shall lead the other into the arms of God. Shawn, you may now kiss your bride. It is my great pleasure to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Shawn Travis Wright.